everyone, it's Hannah. Happy October. I hope that you're well. Welcome back to the Corner of Craft podcast. How are you doing? It's been a month, hasn't it? Goodness me, it's flown by. We are now in October. I can safely say autumn is here. I'm in a Halloween-y t-shirt with the beautiful Kim on. I miss her every day. And then I've got my, that sounds terrible. I've got my autumn perfume on, lovely. I have got a cup of vanilla chai, tea bag left in, don't judge me. And I'm deep in my autumn feelings right now. It's a sunny but chilly day here in Nottingham in the UK. And Advent panic is here. I won't lie. Advent panic is fully upon, I was going to say us, me. Let's be honest, it's upon me. If you're new here, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Hannah. I am the business owner behind Chromatic Yarns, and I make hand beaded stitch markers, although I've not done that for a really long time. And I dye yarn in colours inspired by all sorts of different fun things. I'm still working it out. I've had a bit of a rebrand. I'll chat about that later. So I have done an advent calendar for this year. If you weren't aware, I'm doing both a weekly and a daily advent calendar, and I'm not behind. I'm a little behind on where I wanted to be. I wanted to be done by now and start packing things up by now, but I'm a little behind. I won't lie. Having a baby will do that. Well, she's almost a toddler. She's not quite toddling yet, so I can't safely call her a toddler. This does mean that a lot of my free time, or any time, a lot of my time is taken up twisting yarn. I have 6 colourways of the daily advents left to twist and 3 of the weekly advents. I'm a little stressed. That's okay, it's going to get done. It's all going to get done. But that does mean I've not had heaps and heaps and heaps of knitting time. So I have not actually done that much knitting throughout September. I've done a little bit though, and I do have a couple of finished objects to share with you. But before I leap into that, to give you a brief chat about September. How was your September? Mine was, I think, all right. It was my birthday. And I always get really excited for my birthday, but birthdays as an adult are never as fun as when you were a child, are they? I had this great day planned of Hannah's Day of Fun, and it rained all day. And also, the pickle has skipped 1 day of nursery because of illness, and it happened to be on my birthday. So I didn't go to do Hannah's Day of Fun, but I did have a day of fun. My parents were out visiting, so we did go out for the day and look around a shopping centre, and then came home, and then the pickle refused to nap, and it was fun. And then it was the Aldi wool event that week on the Thursday, so I went to Aldi and bought some yarn, and then on the walk home I tripped and I fell and grazed. They're much better than they were. Grazed both of my elbows and my hand. I've winded myself quite well, and I actually have quite the bruise on my knee that still really hurts when I ding it on things. So I don't know if it's like a bone bruise or what, but it hurts an incredible amount. So that's really fun. And then we were meant to go away the weekend after my birthday. Mario had booked a nice little surprise holiday. That was his present to me, and I was really excited. I was like, you know what? Birthday hasn't been the best. It's not been the greatest, but that's okay because we're going away this weekend. It will be fine. Mario came home from work on my birthday to share the news that the other baker has COVID, or had COVID, he's over it now, and had it quite badly, and therefore would not be able to work that weekend. So we weren't able to go away that weekend. So there were the 3 really frustrating things that happened around my birthday. So it wasn't the birthday I wanted it to be. It's not been the best start to turning 35, really. So we're just going to roll with it. We're just embracing it. We're doing whatever. We'll have Hannah's Day of Fun at some point after Advents have shipped. And Mario, the pickle, and I will all go away at some point after Christmas, probably, at this point. Because this is when my business gets busy, packing Advents and doing all the sorts of that stressful stuff. And then after that's done is when Mario's business ramps up, because he is a baker. He owns his own business. Christmas is a really busy time of year. So The Pickle started nursery in September. That was very exciting. She's pretty settled in now, which is nice. She's adjusted to 1 nap a day, which is also, which is also nice. I like not waking up at 4 a.m. now, which is what we did for about 2-ish weeks, maybe 2.5 after she started nursery, because she hadn't fully adjusted to that 1 nap. It was horrible. But I do miss the morning nap quite a lot, because when am I meant to get ready in a day? We used to have like a nice fun chill out time, have breakfast, play for a bit. Lovely. Oh, you're tired. Let's pop you down for a nap. I'll get ready for the day, and we'll get you up. You're in a great mood. Now I feel like I can't do anything, because then I'd get her up from a nap. She'd have milk at that point. Now she's just having snacks. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know. And then we go out and do something, and we'd have a good chunk of time before the afternoon nap. Now I'm like, well, what do I do? She's not fully adjusted to having 1 nap, so I can't really go out and like take her out and do things, because I'm constantly worried she's going to fall asleep. So just be like, I'm still figuring that bit out. We've only adjusted to 1 nap in the last week. We were having catch-up sleeps at weekends after the nursery. Anyway, doesn't matter. Like I said, I do have a couple of finished objects to share with you. Now, they were both gifts, so they have now been gifted. But I did film a little bit of something before I went away, or before I sent them away. So first off, we have the Ulster cardigan, which I knit from King Cole Cutie Pie in the shade Peach Pie. I have a finished object to share with you. Bye-bye. This is the Ulster cardigan. This is a pattern by the Knit Pearl Girls, the Ulster baby cardigan actually. I've knit this multiple times now, and this will be going to my friends. They have a little baby and a little baby girl, and I thought I've knit their other 2 daughters a little jumper, so it made sense. This yarn is King Cole Cutie Pie, and the colourway name is Peach Pie. This is how much of it I have left. I knit the 3-month size, and that's how much I had left. And yeah, I think the buttons go really nicely with it. I bought it from my local yarn shop where I live, and I did the cast off on one side a little too tightly. I'm really annoyed about it, because I know not to do that. So I need to make sure next time to loosen it up a bit. But I need to ship it soon, because otherwise she's going to be too big for it, and it's going to be really sad. But it's incredibly soft yarn. It's 100% acrylic, is it? Yes, 100% anti-pilling acrylic, 250 meters per 100 grams, so double knit. And I just love how it knits up. I didn't match the sleeves. I didn't have the yardage to match the sleeves. So I knit this one first, and then knit this one. But I think it looks okay. Sisters, not twins. And I just think it's absolutely adorable. It's so nice. So yeah, very chuffed with this. I used 4mm needles on the cardigan, basically what the pattern said. I have blocked it, and yeah, sewed the buttons on. They're all spinning around for some reason. And yeah, I'm now going to wrap it up and send it off. I always make sure that I include the yarn band that has the washing instructions on, because you want to make sure. I might also include a spare button, but I don't know how necessary that is. It's a baby cardigan. They're not really going to pull the buttons off, are they? So yeah, I will include the washing instructions, because that's always useful. Right, I'm going to sort out the postage on this and go wrap it up and run it to the post office. Right, back to Hannah in the future. Next up, we don't have a teddy bear sweater. I know, that is my go-to jumper pattern. I just knit the Flax DK jumper pattern, and I knit it in stripes in a bunch of scrap acrylic yarn that my mum gave to me, because she has so much yarn, because she knits a lot for people's children and also my husband. So she said, here are some colours, and I said thank you very much, and I knit a striped jumper. Hello, Hannah from the past again. I'm about to wrap this up so I thought I would show it off now. I made the Flax DK. This is the 2 to 4 year size. It has not been blocked. I finished it last night and I need to wrap it up and gift it today. So it has not been blocked. I hate gifting unblocked things, but it's the way of the world. So this is Flax DK. I have not used the short rows. This is by Tin Can Knits, and I used a selection of scrap yarn. The teal colour is definitely Stylecraft. I think this grey is Aldi yarn. It's all acrylic. This, I believe, is a Prima yarn that they sold in the works at some point, and I have no idea what the blue is. Mum gave me some scraps that she's used to knit a bunch of other jumpers, so I put them together in this stripy one. It didn't actually take me too long to do. I did 9 rows, irritatingly I know, 9 rows of each colour before I switched, and it kind of worked out perfectly. This is to be gifted to a 1-year-old. He's just a chunky lad. He is. I've not seen him for about 2 months probably. I've not seen him for a couple of months, so he's probably massive by now. But we're seeing him this evening. So he's already in 18 to 24 month clothing, so I thought it made sense to make the 2 to 4 year size. This will probably fit his 3-year-old sister because she's small. How this works I do not know. But how exciting. How exciting. Hopefully they like it. I really enjoyed knitting it. I love knitting stripes. I just kept thinking I'll knit the next one and the next one and the next one. So I now want to make the pickle stripy jumper because I have so much scrap yarn down there. Too much. For both of the cuffs I did 10 rounds of, I knit round 1 row when I changed colour, and then I did 10 rows of rib and a tubular cast off. I knit round 1 row and then did 12 rows of rib for the bottom and a tubular cast off. Beautiful. I just think, I don't know, I just think a tubular cast off looks nice. And I did a normal cast on, German twisted cast on, or normal cast on, German twisted. It's all double knit yarn. I will say the Aldi yarn is a little bit thicker than all the other yarn, but I think it's turned out okay. Those stripes are just a bit denser than the other stripes. I used all the recommended needle size. I did not swatch. The grey, you see, you can see here, this is denser, so this is slimmer, and then it goes, I need to block it, but I do not have time. I need to go wrap it up right now. And yeah. So this is another finished object, hello, that is going to be gifted to a friend's baby. And hopefully it fits him, and hopefully they like it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I, in hindsight, kind of wish I'd chosen to use a red, but instead of grey. But I thought it would look a little bit too red, white, and blue, which was not really the vibe I was going for. But there's red flecks in this navy tweed, so I think it would have gone. I'm worried it's a bit monochromatic. But we've made it now, and that's fine. Anyway, that's the jumper that I've made. Back to Hannah in the future. So those are the finished objects that I have. I know it's not heaps. I had grand plans on Hannah's Day of Fun to cast on a doppio. I swatched for it. I was going to film a nice knitting vlog. That was going to then be edited and uploaded for the Friday, and I was going to film a nice knitting vlog of me walking around Nottingham, having Hannah's Day of Fun, knitting on this jumper that I was going to cast on. I did not cast the jumper on. I have not cast the jumper on because I then cast the striped jumper on because I was just like, I have no knitting time and I need to get this jumper knit as it's a gift. So that is what I did. I did cast on a hat for the pickle. I asked for some baby hat recommendations, and some people said the Antler hat. I'm in the middle of a row. So I have knit the Antler hat before. I've lost steam on this a little bit. I'm using some leftover Cascade 220. I knit a bunch of colourwork hats for my friend's children Christmas last year. They all had matching colourwork hats, and the pickle ended up with a matching one too because I didn't swatch and knit the wrong size, and therefore it came out teeny tiny, and it was intended for a toddler. You will notice a theme. So it's technically like an Aran worsted weight. So I cast on this hat whilst playing Dagger Heart. We've started playing Dagger Heart. Very exciting. I'm still kind of getting to grips with it. I'm playing a druid, and I can't quite grasp the fact there are no like spell slots. So I'm still trying to get my head around it a little bit. Partly because we play it for the session, and I just kind of forget about it until the next time we play. So that's entirely on me. So this is the Antler hat. This is a pattern by Tin Can Knits. I love a cable. It's beautiful. Now, something should have told me that this was going to be far too small. When I look at it and think, that's actually quite small. The pickle's head is quite large. She takes after her mother. I always have to knit the adult large sizes for myself. Obviously not for the baby. Goodness me, could you imagine? Ugh. And so I cast on. So this hat pattern has baby, child, adult medium, small medium, adult large. I've knit this myself with DK and Suri held double, and so I was like, perfect, I'll knit the baby size. She's just such a tiny baby still, isn't she? She's so dinky, she can't even walk yet. She's just a little baby. Tried it on her head. She's not a little baby. This doesn't fit, so I need to cast on another hat, because at the moment we have no hats, and it's going to turn cold all of a sudden, and I can't send her to nursery with no hat. I will look like a negligent parent. So I need to cast on a hat probably this weekend. I might just find some scrap yarn, or I might find some scrap yarn and just hold a bunch together. Maybe 4 strands of sock weight, 4 strands, and so that will be like an Aran weight, won't it? And just knit a chunky rib hat, get it over and done with, and then I can go back to cables, because I'm cabling without a cable needle, which I really enjoy doing. But it does take a little bit of time, whereas just 2x2 rib, I can just go round and round and round, or 1x1. But anyway, this is, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last cable I need to do before I do decreases. I'm knitting them magic loop. I'm using 5mm higher sharps. And don't get me wrong, the cables are beautiful. I love how this looks. I think it looks really, really good. I am going to finish it because I may as well. I have a friend who's having a baby, so I could always gift it to them. The annoying thing about this yarn is it is not superwash, so you can't tumble it, you can't machine wash it. It's a faff. So I could also put it in the cupboard on the off chance I have another baby, and then if I don't, then I can just gift it then. We shall see. But yes, it's pretty, it's nice. It just doesn't fit my pickle's massive head because she takes after her mother, apparently. So I do want to make her an antler hat. I do have, I don't know if I have enough of this to make another antler hat of this colour, but I have this in other colours, so I can use that to do that, and that's fine. But yeah, that is living in my Fringefield supply bag. I know they were cancelled, but I spent a lot of money on this, and therefore it's getting used. It's covered in a bunch of pin badges. I've got a pin badge back from when Bird and Blend were the Bluebird Tea Company. I've got a 200 Degrees badge because I worked for them. I have a Hessen badge because I lived in Frankfurt. Just a bunch of nice pins that I really, really like. And yeah, I don't want to just not use the bag, because like I said, I spent a lot of money on this bag and I actually do quite like it. I know they were cancelled, but I think it's more of a, I've already bought it, so I think it's more of a waste for me to donate it, sell it, whatever, than just to use it so that I'm using it. I won't lie. Other than that, I've barely touched any knitting. I will say, after I filmed the last podcast, I think, was it the last podcast? Potentially. And I was chatting about this scrap blanket. I did finish this square and pick up another square. I had a lovely time working on it, so maybe I need to get back to it. Hello. My phone is on loud in case the nursery calls. They shouldn't call, everything's fine. The only issue is that I started this when I first got back into knitting, and my tension on this first row of squares is actually ridiculous. So I put an Instagram story up about this and being like, I might have to start another one because I'm really enjoying working on it, but my tension has changed so much. And people said, well, can't you just change needle size? I think I'd have to use like a 1.5mm needle. I'm already using a 2.5. I think I'd have to use maybe a 2mm needle. And I don't particularly want to make a blanket using 2mm needle. My tension was just so tight when I started knitting, and I thought that was fine. And don't get me wrong, it looks really neat, it looks really tidy, but it's just not. And my tension has loosened up a lot. It's either that or I just keep working on it and it'll just be a little bit wonky. And then that's part of the memory, isn't it? That's part of the memory, that's part of the journey. I just won't line it or put an edging on it or anything. It's covered in my hair because I've just shoved it and it's been shoved in a bag. Actually no, it's covered in my hair because I literally just tried to do something with my hair and then thought I need to give it a wash. But I've got a PT session today, so I don't want to wash it and then go to the gym and get all sweaty and then have to wash it again. So that's fine. But yeah, it's beautiful. So I kind of want to pick this up and start working on it again. You know, in all my free time. No free time. I have no free time. So, like I said, stash enhancements. It was the Aldi wool event, yarn event. So I bought some yarn. Did I need it? No, I did not. One thing that I didn't bring up here is a skein of grey. I used some of that in the stripy jumper that I finished earlier. So that's downstairs still. So I bought 3 balls of this Aran weight, I think it is. It's 175 meters. It's rainbow yarn blue. It is, pretty sure it's 80% wool, 20%, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. I got that the wrong way around. These are £1.29. I'm going to knit the pickle a jumper. I only needed 2, I think, but I got 3 just in case. But I'm going to knit the pickle a jumper, probably another flax, like the worsted one. And then crochet some little snowflakes and tack them on. And so then after winter has passed, I can take the snowflakes off and she still has a jumper. Smart, no? Smart. So that's my plan with this. I kind of want to start this soon. But it's this beautiful, it's all my favourite colours really, isn't it? We've got a bit of purple, we've got a bit of teal, we've got a bit of light minty green. And it's just going to be, I think, just a really fun variegated mess of colours. It's really pretty. I really like that. And then I bought 3 of this. It's the same base, so 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It is in soft grey. It's an ombre yarn. Like I said, one of my friends is having a baby. They aren't finding out what gender they're having, which is absolutely fine and valid. So I bought 3 balls of this thinking it would be quite a nice gender neutral colour to make a little like pram blanket or something. In hindsight, I wish I'd bought more. The pickle and I went to Aldi this week to see if they had any left. They did not. So that is entirely on me. It's got, some of it has muck on because, like I said, I fell over on my way back from Aldi. Yeah, so I'm tempted to do something sort of from the middle outwards, and then maybe like a granny rectangle. My brain just failed, and I was mixing up rectangle and hexagonal in my head. And so rectagonal almost happened, but like a rectangular, that's the word I wanted, rectangular blanket, granny blanket, and I sort of go out. So I've got 3 of these. They all go from cream to grey, and then so I could go either grey in the middle to cream, and then cream to grey, and grey to blah blah, or I don't know, mix it up. But worst comes to worst, I can always just have cream on the outside or something like that, just to make it a bit bigger. I don't really know, but I just thought that would be nice. And then I bought some yarn to make the pickle something festive. I bought the Strange Brew pattern from Tin Can Knits. I'm sorry, my phone is obnoxious. Bought the Tin Can Knits Strange Brew pattern, and I bought also the, you know, the lady that does the doodle packs, the doodle cards. I bought the book of colourwork charts to make the pickle a jumper, or I'm going to make her a stocking. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't decided. At the moment, I'm still leaning towards jumper. So we've got this 2 skeins of this beautiful deep red colour. These were all 100% acrylic, I'm pretty sure. 100% acrylic, and they're very soft. These were all £1.29 a ball. The Aldi Wool event is great. I wish it did have more colours of this. The spring, what was it? They had a January one that was better. It had more fun, more brighter colours, whereas this one was a bit more dirgy, I suppose. So I bought 2 balls of deep red. There's no dye lots on these. That's my only qualm. But 2 balls of deep red. I got a ball of cream. That's very originally named. And then a ball of green. And this is going to be some kind of colourwork Christmas jumper, I think. Either I'm going to knit it for this year, or I'm going to knit it for next year. Regardless, I have the supplies. When I have the time, we do not know. I could just work on it next summer. We shall see. So that is the yarn that I have bought. Lidl, at the moment, have sock yarn in, which is exciting. I know it's pronounced Lidl. I just always get stared at when I call it Lidl. I know it's Lidl. I speak German. But, yeah, people always look at me and be like, Lidl? So I anglicised to Lidl. Mum called yesterday. I texted her. I saw Amora Loves Yarn did a short, or was it on TikTok? Did some kind of video saying alert, alert, sock yarn in Lidl. So I texted my mum and said alert, alert, sock yarn in Lidl. And Mum FaceTimed me. It's not called that, is it? Video called me. I'm on Android. Video called me and we picked out some yarn. So I've got 2 skeins of, well, there were 2 100-gram skeins in a bundle for £4 something, and then those bundles were 2 for £8, which was really, really good. So I've got some DK weight in like an orange stripy. They're going to be socks for Mario. He wants some slightly thicker socks, so perfect, wonderful. And then there's like a yellow and a black, like a yellow stripy ball, and then there's just like a black plain one. The black plain one might be something else. It's always useful to have, but there is wool content in it. I think it's 70% wool, 20% polyamide. So I've just gone a little bit haywire with buying commercial yarn at the moment, which is actually ridiculous because I just need to get knitting. I just need more time. The plan when Advents are done is to actually just take some time to sit and knit some of my stash, because I need to. Also make some stitch markers, because I keep getting asked by people when I'm going to be doing stitch markers, and Advents just take over my life. That's all. That's the only issue with Advents. They're really fun. I really enjoy them. I love the relief of when they're sent. There's nothing like it. But yeah, it does eat into every corner of your time. Other than that, business wise, big news. Big business news. If you haven't seen, you probably have. The Corner of Craft is no more. I mean, it is. It's still the Corner of Craft and Company's house, but I'm just trading as. And the Corner of Craft is staying on YouTube. I can't fully let it go. But I'm now Chromatic Yarns. My email address is hello@chromaticyarns.co.uk. My website is chromaticyarns.co.uk. I like having a .co.uk. I don't know. I know some people just do a .com, and that makes sense, but I like having a .co.uk. I'm quite proud of, I don't know. At the moment, it's a bit of a interesting topic. A lot of people talking about being proud to be British and all of that, when they're just being racist. And I don't, and And I'm not trying to come across that way in the slightest. I just genuinely am quite proud to be British and proud to have a British small business. But at the same time, I'm not saying to send people away, and I'm not hanging up a flag, and you know, hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, so I do like having a .co.uk in my web address, because it's like, it lets other British customers know, hello, this is a British business. But back in March, after East Anglia Yarn Festival, it was brought to my attention that it was a little bit confusing, that I was the Corner of Craft and then my yarn was Chromatic Yarns by the Corner of Craft, and that it should all just be one thing to make it less confusing. And I was umming and ahhing. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? So now I'm just Chromatic Yarns on social media and stuff. Apart from YouTube, I'm still the Corner of Craft. But yeah, it just condenses it down. It makes it less confusing to people. I've got a new logo that I worked on. I've still kept the Corner of Craft teacup because I love that. One of my friends from just after I graduated, we met in choir, and she was studying design, set design, miniature set design. It was something really specific. She now does upholstery, but she was getting into lino printing. She does beautiful stuff now. I haven't spoken to her in a millennia, but she does beautiful stuff now and has her stuff in galleries, and she's very, 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 very talented. But she designed my logo for me, so I didn't want to let it go because I love the teacup so much. I want it tattooed on me somewhere at some point, and so I can't fully let it go. So I've merged the two logos together, so I'm still recognisable and familiar. I'm just Chromatic Yarns now. Stitch markers. It made sense when I did stitch markers more, but now I'm barely doing stitch markers because I don't have the time. That's a 2026 goal, is have time to do more stitch markers. It just made sense. It made sense to condense it down. It made sense to make it one entity. Oh, I'm wearing my field day cardigan. It's a bit chilly today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad I finished it. The ends are all woven in. It's all blocked. It's all beautiful. And it fits like a glove. It's a dream. I just wish it was a tiny bit longer on the body, but not enough to frog it. So we're rolling with it. The sleeves are long enough, and that's the most important thing. Anyway, personal life stuff. I've just kind of told you about it in the beginning of the video, really, didn't I? Don't really have a whole lot else to catch you up on. I'm twisting yarn like... I was going to say like it's my job, because it is my job. I'm twisting yarn like nobody's business. I'm hoping to get daily advents finished by the end of the weekend, and then weekly advents, hopefully, I don't know. I just need to just do it and just start procrastinating and just go. So if you don't get a video from me that week or next week, that would be why. Sincerest apologies, but I will try. But it does take up time, like recording and editing. It all takes up time. It's all a bit of a faff, and I should really just go into hibernation until advents are done. But I miss chatting to you guys, so ta-da. Oh, I'm currently hosting a make-along. I have made the Google form. It is in the description box below of the video. The Advents of December's Past make-along. It would be lovely if you would participate. It ends at the end of the month. Have I started my Advent project? No, I have not. So I have failed my own make-along once again. Classic Hannah. Anyway, is anyone doing the West Knits MCAL? Every year I wish that they were in just another month. They're just too much knitting and I can't keep up, and then I'm instantly behind, and then it's just like, oh cool. Only once have I tried to keep up with one, and then I frogged it because I was like, didn't particularly like the design that much. I made the Mild Magic shawl. I wear that all the time in the colder months. I love it. I'm tempted to make another one. I just love it so much. I wear it so much. I might do a shawl talking about the shawls that I have made and wear a lot, if you're interested. Because I do tend to reach for the same ones again and again and again. But the Mild Magic shawl I loved. I made it in 10 days. I'm not a fast knitter, and I made it in 10 days because it just kept my interest and was quite speedy to knit. And I just kind of wish every West Knits MCAL was like that, but they're not, so that's fine. Anyway, Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what projects you have been working on, or if you've got nothing else to say, leave me a pumpkin emoji. Is there a pumpkin on here? There has to be. There's a little pumpkin face in this moth. Leave me a pumpkin emoji in the comments down below if you don't have anything else to say. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you hated it. Feel free to let me know why it wasn't your vibe. And if you would like to see more videos from me, I post weekly here on YouTube, so it'd be lovely if you were to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, but it's slow progress. But we're slowly creeping in the right direction, which is always nice. And if one video a week isn't enough, I also have a Patreon in which I upload a bonus video every single week. So it'd be lovely if you were to sign up to that if you wanted to, but of course there is never any pressure, ever. Thank you for being here, thank you for being amazing, and thank you for being so wonderfully and authentically you. I will see you all very, very soon in my next video. Bye.